Hello, sacred souls. It's Susanna from Alamanic Shaman. What I have here for us tonight is getting help in following our true soul path, our soul mission, regardless of how other people view us and what they throw at us, and so on. And there's quite a bit of a backstory here today, so I'm gonna talk you through everything. So there were basically two things. I had a dream last night, and then some more stuff about the understanding and the details of the dream came to me throughout the day today. It was more sort of a deeper understanding of what was behind that. And then I had sort of a bit of a mess and a disaster with melted chocolate. And I'll get into that in a minute. And there's also something with the price. The numbers mean something, which is not the price that's like the numbers on the label or on the stickers is not actually the price. The price is here, which I'll show you. But first things first, last night I had a dream that, here, let me kind of zoom in, that myself, like I, and 2 or 3 other guys were briefly in jail for a very minor transgression, but we've just got released and we're free now. And there was sort of more of a feel to it that I didn't write down immediately, and that was sort of what the feeling that was more coming through as my day progressed, as I, went on with my day, is, and the deeper understanding to that dream, that the people who put us in jail thought they were doing the right thing, being righteous and misguided, being brainwashed by the false light mainstream narrative. They thought they could impose their will onto us and force and mold us into who they thought we should be, not who we are and the soul mission that we have and what we actually need to do, accomplish, and follow in our lives. By follow, I mean following our soul mission and our spiritual guidance. So that felt very important, and I felt that very, very strongly throughout the day. And then I treated myself to some chocolate that was on sale, and in my opinion, this is the best chocolate that is available in Canada. I love Lindor. There is one Swiss chocolate that I used to get sometimes in Germany that comes in red plaid packaging, and I don't remember the company name, but that is the best chocolate in the world in my opinion, but I've never seen it here in Canada. So this comes really close to it. And usually I just got this one, but they had like white and dark chocolate as well, and then this one is like milk and dark chocolate mixed, so the filling is dark chocolate, and I started munching on that or snacking on it. I ended up, it was already, since today was a pretty warm or hot day, I didn't realize how much it had already softened. So like it was really soft when I started eating it, and I ended up eating like half a chocolate bar. I admit, sometimes I can pig out. But I would have stopped sooner, but it was kind of like really melty, and I was trying to get to a good line where it would kind of stop. Anyway, then I packed it away, put all 4 bars back in the bag, and went on with my day, not realizing it would continue melting more and more. And since I had opened this, it started leaking out all over the other packaging and even its own packaging. And if I hold it up against the light, you can, wait a minute. I don't know if you can kind of see the streakiness. I know this is a little gross, but I ended up licking the outside of these packages to get the chocolate off as much as possible, because it was such a liquid mess that really looked like somebody had done a number 2 in my bag, and it was a very liquid number 2. So Here you can kind of see, I didn't get all of that off, and there's more on the back here, see. And the same with this one. There, more. And the one that where it came from, you can see back here. You can see how the oiliness of the chocolate already started changing the color, but actually it's more visible in real life than on camera, but I think you can kind of make it out. Now the bag that I actually had was a similar one to this one, but I already soaked it because it was really messy. But yeah, the inside was completely covered in liquid chocolate, looking like a very messy number 2. And what came to me was, or what dawned on me, like after I had cleaned up all of this, and I had put these in the fridge, you know, to harden them again. It was basically, when we actually want to treat ourselves, enjoy life, have a good time, do something fun, like on an astral level, it's like there are so many around, so many unhealed ones around us who don't want to see us just enjoy life, have a good time, maybe treat ourselves to something that we truly love. But instead, they start throwing their emotional shit at us, and it creates a huge mess in our lives. However, the bright side of it is that the cleanup is very enjoyable, because the licking off the chocolate, as weird and kind of maybe gross as it might sound, it tasted really good because the taste of the chocolate didn't change. And I mean, the packages were clean, right? So it's not like it wasn't dirty or anything. So it was very clean despite the messiness. So it was actually unexpectedly quite enjoyable to clean up this mess, which I think translates into us making the best out of the mess that they create in our lives. And like, for example, in my case, I create these videos most of the times based on something that's been going on in my life that I know will also help others. Because as a collective, a lot of us are going through very similar experiences. And in the end, after it's all recovered, you know, once the chocolate is hardened again, it tastes just like before, right? Like the taste doesn't really change. So the quality and the interior, basically, of us, like our interior, our soul, our spirit, who we are at our core, remains completely pure and intact and wonderful, even if the outside doesn't look as great anymore. So, for example, that, you know, the chocolate, after it was melted and it hardens again, like it doesn't have the same shape as before, right? So that is kind of symbolically speaking our reputation, or how people view us, how they perceive us, may not be according to what they expect. It may not look that good on the outside, but what we actually have to offer on the inside is really, really good. So yeah, it's like anyone who knows, let's say, like in this case, Lindor chocolate, right? They know that it's amazing no matter what the shape is, right? And they know what they're getting, and they will appreciate it and treasure it for what it is. And that's how we are. So we need to stop worrying about how unhealed, unawakened 3D people see us, because they don't matter. I mean, not to us in our path, other than being catalysts and pushing us along. But what matters is who we are inside and what we do with our gifts and our soul calling, our soul mission. So one more aspect to this is actually also quite important. So the price of the chocolate on sale is, or was, $2.47, not $2.49. Usually like it's 49 at the end, right? Like 49 cents. It was $2.47, which is 24/7. That's my birthday. And like for the past 3 years, basically, I've been seeing 24/7 or 7/24 constantly. And the way numbers work in my case is not really according to numerology. I mean, I'm sure it would work that way too, but for me, there is different meaning based on numbers that have importance in my life. So for example, the number 58 was the street number of the house that I grew up in. So every time I see that, I know it refers to my childhood, right? The number 24/7, aside from my birthday, to me means, like, for example, a store that's open 24/7, meaning, since it's my birthday as well, my soul task, my soul mission, my purpose here on earth is 24/7. So my soul calling as a light worker, as a shamanic healer, as a light warrior, starseed, earth angel, those are the things that I identify with. And some of you may identify with other names, but like all of us in the awakened collective who are on the ascension path, we can't just take a vacation and a break from it, right? It's like stuff can happen at any point in time. We're basically constantly on call. And if something happens, it happens. We can't just say, oh, just wait until tomorrow. I want to take a day off today, right? So I think that's kind of the message. I know it might still be a little bit all over the place because there's an aspect of people punishing us and putting us in, I'm going to say like 40 jail, but I don't think it was quite that. The way I see it, my dream is more how they try to punish us with their black magic and the stuff that they wish on us. The ungood stuff, to put it mildly. And then the mess it creates in our lives and how we deal with it and how in the end we come out basically almost unharmed, and it doesn't really affect us because at our core we remained the same. But all this stuff can happen anytime, right? So like there's no escaping it or taking vacations from it. So that's the backstory behind tonight's ceremony. And sorry, that was kind of a long one because like I would have liked to process more, but it's already like past 3 a.m. and I need to get this going. Okay, so let's smudge and do the proper ceremony part. Okay, please cleanse and renew all of our energies and take away anything dark, evil, and low vibrational, and flood us with massive amounts of healing light, unconditional love, blessings, and protections from the divine. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Oh, and one more thing that just popped back into my mind is all day today, well, on and off when sometimes I was so focused on other stuff that I didn't notice it, but for a big chunk of today, my throat felt very sensitive. Not in a sick way, but more as if somebody had tried to strangle me, didn't succeed, and I felt sore, but not in the sense of a sore throat as we usually call it, but more in the sense of, let's say, imagine being bruised and being really sensitive, and it's like a little bit hard to swallow, but again, not from a traditionally sore throat, but more from being sensitive to the touch, kind of. And I think that's also very symbolic of how some of these people feel towards us. How they are completely misjudging them. And what also just popped into my head is a while ago I was going through some stuff where I had helped people at work. I had done 2 healing ceremonies for colleagues that got hurt. And they were fine the next day, like after I had done the ceremony. And they weren't present. I did it for them, but not with them, right? But after that, I was bombarded with black magic and stuff. And a lot of them were practicing their religion quite actively. And I know a lot of times when people follow a religion without really questioning things for themselves, or without stepping back and waiting for their own guidance, a lot of times, and I hope nobody gets offended, but in my experience and with my observations, they can be quite righteous in our way is the right way, and if you practice something different, then that's evil witchcraft or whatever, right? So there's a lot of misjudgment, a lot of like misguided, quote unquote, good intentions, but where they actually turn evil in the way they think about us and the kind of energies they're sending us, right? So, okay, anyhow, so we already smudged. I'm gonna just put a little bit more, and we're gonna call in our spirit guides. Dear Creator, higher power, source, and soul energy, our higher selves, our spirit guides of the light, our ancestors that are in the light, dear Mother Earth, Great Spirit of the fire, as well as the other 3 elements, air, earth, and water, please join the ceremony and assist the healings, prayers, and possibly banishings and protections, well, definitely protections, with all of your powers. Thank you. Please close the circle of protection around us. Thank you. Oh, yeah. There's definitely good energy moving in, but I can feel the throat again. Ah, yes, now I get it. So those kind of people are also trying to silence us or keep us quiet. So that's for all those of us who have felt a lot of resistance to, stepping up and taking our power back and fulfilling our soul mission. And it's funny because I just looked at the word irresistibly. So irresistible resistance, but that resistance is no more because ir is like the opposite, right? So whatever resistance they throw at us, we turn it around and get rid of it. Even if things get a little harder for a little bit, but they're good learning lessons for us. They teach us a lot of skills. And in the end, we come out just fine. Okay, sorry. Please help us get to a place of true understanding, compassion, and forgiveness towards all those that judge us wrongly, unfairly, and who are righteous and misguided, who are brainwashed by the false light, and who throw challenges, hurdles, and other obstacles and barriers and blockages our way, who try to stop us and hinder us at all cost, even if it means restricting and limiting us to the point of holding us captive, holding us hostage, or anything of that sort. Again, figuratively speaking, in the astral world, in the spiritual realm, energetically, like in all those aspects. And blocking things for us in the 3D so that we cannot step forward, or in a very slow and difficult way, to make it very difficult for us to actually fulfill our soul purpose. Thank you. Let any and all of those obstacles be fully and completely swept away. Let our path be cleared. Hold on, let me see if I can find my little broom here. I have a little mini broom. I didn't realize I would be guided to actually do that. Not quite. Okay, that's fine. With the... yes, thank you. With the white swan feather representing the angels. Let all the obstacles, all the challenges, blockages, and anything else put in our way to stop and hinder us from our soul mission, let them be moved out of the way. And let the path be cleared and blessed for us. There are angels lined up on both sides of our path. Just imagine like at some celebrations, or at a wedding or something, where one or two people walk through a crowd that's lined up on both sides. Picture it like this. So they're lined up on both sides for our protection, so that we can walk unhindered and reach our destination of fulfilling our soul purpose, so that nothing can get in our way anymore, and we are so shielded and protected. They're like forming like a roof, an energetic roof over us as we walk that path. So it's almost like a tunnel, but it's an energetic protective tunnel, so that we can get to that place of being healed and reaching oneness and being or becoming an ascended master. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We bless all these dark ones with love and release them from our lives, freeing all of us for all eternity from any and all karmic bonds and connections that have tied them to us, that have brought them into our lives. And we thank them for all these karmic lessons and for being those challenges or creating those challenges that we needed for our own learning to grow in our role as light workers, indigo children, chosen ones, earth angels, star seeds, or whatever you identify as or with. We take our power back and we claim all of our gifts and abilities now. We take back all of our power and everything that they stole from us. We take it back, and it shall be healed and reintegrated into our body, mind, spirit, soul, and energy field. And karmically, throughout all of time and space, throughout all lifetimes, timelines, parallel and alternate realms, realities, multi and universes, and any and all other aspects that affect us in this lifetime and moving forward. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. And whatever they sent us, we sent back to them, cleansed, cleared, healed, and renewed. And we ask that they receive all the help needed for their own healing and ascension journey. Send them their tower moments so that they can have their own spiritual awakenings and that they start to understand the true reality of how the universe and multiverse works, how energy really works, and the true gifts and abilities that humans actually have if we can free ourselves from the matrix and heal and focus on our spiritual growth. And so it is. Thank you. Dankeschön, all my relations. And we're letting go anything negative that we associate with them and those experiences, and maybe places and times or timelines connected to any and all of those experiences with them. We're going to let that go. And we're going to take a deep breath in, breathing in the pure, divine, love, light energy. And we're breathing out any and all last remaining dark remnants from all of those people and experiences. We're letting it go and float away to be reintegrated into a source energy. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations. Okay, everyone. Let the ceremony now be finished, and accept our love, thanks, gratitude, and blessings. Please open the circle of protection around us, but keep us strongly safe, shielded, and protected. And so it is. Thank you, Dankeschön, all my relations, all our relations. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching, for being a part of this ceremony, and for working on your own healing and ascension. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share, and subscribe. And I'm also sending you tons of love and light, many blessings. Be well until next time. Bye.